Hello everybody, and welcome back to the And More Bus Videos YouTube channel. I'm And More Bus Videos, otherwise known as And More Central, depending on what day of the week, on what video you're watching. And welcome to something rather exciting. A bus that I didn't actually realise existed in the Veiling pack. I feel it's just an oversight on my end, getting distracted with the B7s. But as well as all of the B7s and B8s that you've got, they did also include the GB Hawk. Now, the GB Hawk isn't a vehicle that many people know about. It was basically alongside the when sort of the Volvo chassis started to go to MCV, and MCV made the Evoras with B8s. Wrights bus thought, no, we will work with Daimler, who we tend to work with for street decks, and we'll make our own single decker to compete against it. And it's that successful that you probably haven't heard about it. It's called the Falcon, I believe, in the game, but it is actually the GB Hawk. And the main buyer of the vehicle to date is Ulsterbus and TransLink. So TransLink have purchased them for the Ulsterbus operation. They do the long distance services out of Belfast and the surrounding areas. The vehicles, as you can see, feature driverless mirrors. I don't know if they do in real life, but this one seems to feature driverless mirrors, or mirrorless, yeah, mirrorless mirrors, however you want to call them. I know they're always called driverless mirrors. And this lovely repaint pack gives me a good excuse to drive this bus. Repaint pack has only been released quite recently, and does, as I say, give a bit of a purpose to driving this vehicle in a realistic fashion, seeing as all the edges are set up for all of the TransLink vehicles, and now we have a livery to go with it. In this video, we are going to be driving a bus route that I've forgotten about because I don't know where my running board is. Let's have a look when it wants to work. Insert module. Where's... Oh, there we go. There's the module. Driver number... Oh, there we go. 692021. Pin 3922 as it always is. So this is the Wayfarer machines that at this exact moment in time they still use. There we go, over in TransLink land. I don't know if they are planning to replace them, but when I was last there, they were using these with all proper paper tickets. It was really cool. But in this video, we're going to be driving the 304 service to Butte Meadow. Now, I can't remember how interesting this route is, but we're going to find out. As I genuinely cannot remember how challenging this route is. So we will see. See just how good it is. I'm going to put the arrows on as it's been a while since I've driven on Smarden. That blind actually looks pretty nice. That'll do. And as you can hear, it does sound just like a street deck. It's going to take a bit for me to get used to these electronic mirrors, as I don't tend to drive vehicles in this game with electronic mirrors, so... Or am I going to have to... There we go. Going to have to nearly pop it in the bus shelter for the people to get on the bus. So I'm also going to put some realistic weather, I think, on. And to note with this vehicle, nice little extra feature, this front bit lights up when you switch on the lights. Pretty cool. That is a pretty nifty feature. So this is a 12-metre long vehicle. There is also the, I believe at this moment in time, fictitious, because I don't believe any of them actually do exist or were ordered, fictitious two-door 12.1-metre variation as well. That, to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't really want to drive. I'd say I wouldn't want to drive. I mean, I wouldn't want to drive it on this map. But as I said, these mirrors do take a bit of getting used to. So the 304 is probably the most long single deck bus friendly service that there is on Smarden. The rest of them you tend to find you don't want to take anything that big on them. So yeah, the route itself that we're doing takes just under half an hour. I have an engine check light on, a battery warning light on, and a red engine management light on. Excellent. Oh, they've all cancelled themselves. Okay. No complaints there then. Because with the little solo I can fit in the bus lane here. However, in this thing I've got to take it just a little bit wider in order to get round. Just a smidge. See, I've just never driven this bus. I would put it down mainly because the only ones of these I've seen are in Translink land, in Belfast with Ulsterbus. I haven't seen any others. So it's sort of this out of sight, out of mind thing, and I know full well that we'll be going via the retail park. I'll be incredibly surprised if we don't. You just assume that anything during the main course of the day goes via the retail park. But yeah, I think it's a lot of it's been out of sight, out of mind, and then I saw the repaint pack come out very recently, and I thought, yeah, we can give a spin in this bus because we now actually have a repaint pack to go with it. That is always important because it's one thing sort of having the vehicle type and sort of being like, oh yeah, that's cool, and driving it in fictitious liveries, but then you get to the stage where you're just like, well, no, I want to actually do a realistic livery. Yes, we're not. No, okay, car. It's like, yeah, we're not currently driving around Belfast or Derry, but it's still pretty cool to have a realistic livery. Although it doesn't seem to be too happy does the frame rate on this. Don't know if it's the vehicle or what, but it also seems incredibly heavy to go around corners. Feels incredibly heavy. I mean, yeah, you don't get the same heaviness when you drive a bus, but it is still, when you're going around the corners, I don't know if it's just the frame rate at play there, but this is, when you're driving the B7 Eclipses as part of the Veiling pack, they are a lot easier to turn with this, of having to properly move the wheel to get any movement out of it. To be fair, it might actually be these mirrorless mirrors that are causing, or electronic mirrors, whatever you want to call them, that are causing the issues. No, it's not something I was going to say in the estate, because when you say it, it tends to happen, but I did not want to pass any car in there. And again, remembering that in OMSI 2, some of the giveaways are incorrect, so cars tend to give way to you on roundabouts like that. So that's why I just kind of kept going, because the car had already stopped to give way. That's why, if you ever wonder why there's traffic jams on roundabouts in the game, that's why. Because the roundabout gets itself under the impression that it's got to give way to people getting on, and then as a result it grounds one up because nobody can get on or off. That's why in real life the giveaways don't work like that. At least we've got no mirrors to worry about when we go under the arch. That's a positive. It's also quite quick as this. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not as quick as a B7. Doesn't feel it, but it is still quick. I have no idea how we're doing for time because that's not wanting to come up with the red text in the corner, but we are 2 minutes late for anybody wondering. As usually, the red text in the corner makes life a lot easier. But I've found that when I play this, sometimes it comes up, sometimes it doesn't. So here we go, the exciting bit, the big arch. With electronic mirrors. Oh, isn't this exciting? How we're doing then? Let's have a look. Oh, we're pretty alright to be fair. Left enough tail swing to not have to go too far over. Yeah, because you have to do that in order to get out. I also like the wheel trims on this. The wheel trims on this look incredibly nice. If you look at them, they look with the livery and looking as shiny as they do, look really, really nice. It's really, really weird driving a single decker and sort of hearing the street deck sounds. Really, really odd. But yeah, it's very much in between a street deck and a street light. That would be the best way to put it. And that's not your stereotypical, oh yeah, it's a single decker, but it looks like a street deck. As in how it sort of feels. I mean, the sound's really influencing that as well. Like, you're really given the impression that you're driving a decker, presumably because of how the weight distribution. I mean, you got to remember that streetlights are quite well known for having quite lightweight chassis. They were some of the first lightweight chassis vehicles going. So you've got to think that they were incredibly light, and as a result, they were quite nifty. You wouldn't think that necessarily from a passenger perspective, but oh, well, this is fun. There we go. But they are quite nippy and agile machines compared to something like this. This definitely feels a lot heavier. I mean, it does feel on par with a heavyweight B8. I mean, again, we are going on simulator feel, but we do have to then consider that in the game, in OMSI 2, the Amazing Bus creators do make these vehicles realistic. So if we are comparing sort of the weight of how it feels and the weight distribution, then yes, and it is all realistic. I would say that. What? Why did you walk into the bus? Trying to work out where the lighting's going to be best. Let's have a look. I think the lighting might be alright in this one. Hey, there we go. Excellent. I'll take them off for a second. There we go. Does anybody want to get off there? I've just imagined that. Yeah, taking a 12-metre long bus on a route like this is quite an interesting feat. I mean, it feels strange to say, but you would actually have an easier time in a route like this with a bendy bus. Yes, quite a few people will go, oh my goodness, but they're even longer. It's like 18-metre long bus. Why would you say that? But the bend in the middle makes it just feel like you are driving, in essence, something about 8 or 9 metres, because the second section you don't have to really think about, because wherever you go, permitted you do give yourself enough swing and you don't do anything daft, will 9 times out of 10 follow you. And as I say, that one occasion out of 10 where it probably doesn't follow you is because you haven't given yourself enough swing in order to get round in the first part of the bus, not saying the second bit. Oh, don't pull out. Well done. Because otherwise we'd have been stuffed. There we go. And then... Oh, do we not have anybody getting off? Have I just... Okay, I've just imagined people wanting to get off the bus. Again, the lack of mirrors is particularly helping on this, because there's no massive things I can wipe out. So I have a little bit more manoeuvrability when it comes to going around vehicles. Now we seem to have run into a problem. This isn't gonna work. Let's reverse back and try another method. Second method. No, there is other ideas. We just have to go slightly to the end of the world, slightly over there, and then magically the cars are gone. There we go. I was just thinking if I could sneak past them, but then I kind of realised the size of the vehicle I was driving and thought, yeah, probably not a good idea. I always say that. I tried it, looked at the gap like you would in real life, and then gone, no. If you assess the situation and for whatever reason do not feel 100% confident with it, do not do it. That is the moral of this video. Video was sponsored by Safe Decisions. Oh shush, I can come up with all the engine warning management light. Oh, car just drove straight through me, okay. There we go, it's gone into Christmas tree mode again as the boss. Oh, there we go, it's fine now. briefly went into Christmas tree mode. again, I would absolutely love to go on one of these. I mean, last time I was in Belfast, I did intend on sampling one. But the problem is with how the network split there, I've spent all my time on the City network, and the City network tickets aren't valid on further afield bus services. So they're only valid on City bus, not Ulster. So Ulster had all of these lovely solars going round and K230s and stuff like that. They had the odd B7s going round, and then quite a few of these, but just didn't get a chance to sample them, unfortunately. So it is a plan to get them in at some point. When that time is another question, unfortunately. Just don't know when I'm next going back in Belfast. It's not inside. I tend to spend most of my time in the Republic, purely because I just like Guinness in Dublin. So I tend to spend most of my time there rather than in Belfast. Don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy my time in Belfast when I went. I absolutely loved going on the glider buses. I really did rate the Van Hull glider buses. It reminded me of the old FTRs. The old FTRs that they had round sort of Leeds and then eventually Leeds and Bradford on the 72. They reminded me of them, and they were absolutely tremendous motors. I mean, the Van Hulls were absolute rockets. Really, Van Hull gliders, absolute pocket rocket vehicles. They were tremendous. Stopping at all their station stands as well, being incredibly busy, incredibly frequent. I mean, it was 2 services, mostly the G1, but also a little bit of the G2. There were services that, I mean, the people of Belfast should be incredibly proud of having. Incredibly proud. Because, as I say, they were just tremendous buses. Really were tremendous buses. The whole line concept was phenomenal. I mean, you can have a little look on the Anmore Central channel and you will find that video. I did a full video on the gliders, and I said very similar stuff to what I've just said now, but you actually get to see the vehicles. And as I say, they were just absolutely phenomenal motors. Really phenomenal motors. Oh, the sun's too facing on. I was wondering if I could get a little bit of front and side action. How the sun is, it's not being particularly kind. Are we going via Braden? Let's just have a look. Braden Close. I would presume that we go via Braden then. That would be the... That next stop is Blackland Road. Let's have a look. Blackland Road, and that's Penfield Lane. So yeah, we'll go down here then. I believe this is where the 304 might start getting interesting. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that got... okay. That got interesting very quickly. Yeah, we made it. Arguably, probably should have taken that a lot wider than I did, but... Still made it round, so that's what matters. Again, getting used to these mirrors does take a lot. I mean, I've not really been particularly kind to myself by doing the mirrorless test on what. Let's try that again, because the bus is edging itself towards the wall. I.e. the little. There we go, that's better. Easy peasy, there we go. It's easy peasy when the bus isn't edging itself towards the wall. There we go, and this is Pitstock Road. The bus is screaming at me, it isn't happy. We got close to quite a lot of walls during that run, but here we are. Every single alarm that could be going off on this vehicle is currently going off. This is amazing. Yeah, what sometimes also doesn't help is the perception on the mirror, where the mirror tells you you are a lot closer than you are. We're still going the right way, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Field lane it. Oh, we're bang on time, that'll do. But somehow, after all of that, we are bang on time. And a few of the lights have gone out. There we go, all of them have gone out. Excellent. Apart from one light that is green, so it's not a... There we go, to Butte Meadow. It's going well, we're stopped again. Excellent, the cars have magically disappeared. I mean, it's certainly not... Oh, come on, Stephen, there we go, come back. It certainly isn't a vehicle that I would want to take on the 347 on. Anybody that does take a vehicle like this on there, I mean, you're either going to finish part route or you're going to finish stuck somewhere. It's, or you will have gone through that many buildings and wiped out that many cars. It stops even being funny on a Grand Theft Auto scale. So wherever we're going, due to the fact that we are bang on time, we should hopefully be there very shortly. I don't mind this bus. I mean, I would quite happily drive it again. I'm not a fan of all of the alarms that like to go off, but I would drive it again. Oh, no, we're not at the terminus yet. I mean, if we do get stuck, then we can count this as finishing the route. Because... I mean, the front of the vehicle, I think, has already hit. Yeah, we lost the front pillar. We've slightly failed at the last turn. Gonna be entirely honest. I won't hide that from you all that this bus did not get round there. Shame light. Very, very big shame that it didn't. Are we just going back round this estate again? I think we've done, and I've not realised. I don't know where the bus stop was. It just sort of came up and told me we'd got to the terminus, and I didn't really see a stop. So yeah, here we are. Having done a bit of a loop round. That was the 304 service. As I said, did incredibly well till that last turn, unfortunately. Tried my best to get it round quite wide, and we lost a little bit at the front and a little bit at the side. But again, it is a 12-metre long bus. It's getting used to the electronic mirrors, showing different angles than what you used to normally. And it does feel like a longer vehicle than it is. That I also don't think helps with things. However, still a lovely bus to drive. Part of the Veiling pack and the repaint pack is free to download. The Translink Ulsterbus GB Hawk repaint pack on the Fellows forums that basically allows you to use this vehicle to its full capabilities. Once again, I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't, do be sure to click the like button so that more people can find it and enjoy like you have. And if you haven't already, do be sure to subscribe to the Bus Videos YouTube channel for more content like this from the simulation section, as well as an archive of over 6,000 backseat and engine-focused public transport videos from the UK and beyond. With buses, trams, trains and more, there's something on there for everyone with an additional 21 videos added per week. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next video, mate. Goodbye for now. Bye.